All right guys, check it out. Today we have a brand new Beam Team XL compressor. I don't think I ever did an unboxing on my original compressor, something I haven't put on the channel, and obviously me working for Tomb45, I wanted to bring you guys this while I had a new one coming in. So we're gonna open it up today and check out all the features, try to break it down the best that I can for you guys. I know we get a ton of questions about this thing, so we're gonna try to touch on all of that in today's video. And make sure you stay tuned to the end because I have a surprise for you guys, and I'll find out who really watches the whole video. All right guys, so you can see it here, pretty simple box. We have Tomb45 Beam Team XL on the front. I don't believe, nothing else on the back, just a QR code so you guys can scan it. I guess at the different barber supplies that we work with. But let's go ahead and get out our box cutter, get this plastic off of here, and we'll check this thing out. All right, so you guys should have less of a glare up here from my hexagon lights on the ceiling now that we have the matte lid on. But again, guys, Tomb45 XL, kind of in a green metallic font, kind of cool on the front. Go ahead and open this thing up. Do have some foam on top to protect everything while it travels. We'll go ahead and check out this little flyer right here. So Beam Team XL cordless compressor. I had never noticed this, but this is backwards, so it says Tomb45 production. And basically just gonna show the simple features here. So apply solution into the cup, airbrush can be replaced, trigger on the front, twist and pull for quick release, detachment of trigger gun, on-off switch, auto shut off is 5 minutes. LED indicator flashing signifies low battery. Press once, you get high speed, press twice, you get low speed. Now guys, I don't really ever use the low speed on my compressor. I always use it on high, and I kind of forget that it even has it, so every time I click it off, it doesn't go off. And I think I use the auto shut off after 5 minutes most of the time. And like I said down here guys, the third press will actually turn it all the way off. And then over here on the back, I believe, we'll see it when we get it out, we do have a LED charge battery life indicator. So on this side it says, an advanced compressor to enhance your artwork, designed to be used for the skin with Tomb45 beard and lineup color. Artists around the world are using the Tomb45 Cordless Compressor XL in their own colors for hair, skin art, makeup, and airbrushing sneakers. Promotes longer lasting enhancements. For longer lasting enhancements, Tomb45's beard and lineup enhancement works best on clean skin. Spraying skin after alcohol or aftershave is applied to your client's skin is recommended. That's a huge tip for you guys. A lot of times we get complaints about color not lasting very long. And guys, one of the biggest things you can do is make sure that you don't apply it to oily or greasy skin. So when the skin is clean, it is gonna stick better and it's gonna last you a little bit longer. Airbrush gun maintenance. Maintenance is quick and simple. Empty airbrush of any color and spray your choice of cleaner through the gun between use. Remove airbrush needle and wipe clean with a cloth and cleaner when necessary. Now guys, I do have a full video detailed breakdown on cleaning this compressor. I'm gonna put the thumbnail down here. You guys can check it out. If that's kind of what you're looking for in today's video, I do have that whole video. Now on the back, just a few things. It says specs. You guys, I don't know if you can even see it, but my man Beam is in here in a little silhouette hiding in the darkness. So it says specs, 2 times the air pressure, rechargeable battery, new heavy duty charge cable, compressor only runs while spraying, giving much longer battery life, new upgraded trigger, airbrush gun included, new ergonomic and lightweight design, LED battery charge indicator, and wire brush cleaners included. Works great with Tomb45 beard and lineup enhancement color. So that is the no drip right here, guys. We do have the black brown, which is pictured here, and we have the onyx black. For warranty contact, email sales@tomb45.com. And last but not least, guys, get the most natural looking lineup enhancements by using XL's different pressure settings, overspray techniques, and changing the distance in which you spray. For video examples, visit tomb45.com. Guys, I also have a video with a full detailed run through on how to apply this color, also how to use our fibers, and use the barber pencil that Beam put out not too long ago. Use all that together to make the sharpest, crispiest lines. All right, but anyway, here is the box. You guys can see first we got a couple of packages here. We will go ahead and open up. This is a replacement needle, so if your needle gets bent, you guys can take this needle out and throw it in there and have a fresh start. And a couple of these small pieces, guys, this is the very tip. I don't know if you can even see it. The very tip of the compressor. This is a replacement because if this gets bent, it will not spray color. All of these are all of the pieces that come off of the gun. So this is the very first nozzle. This goes on it. The little piece right here is what goes inside of here. And the needle goes through that. And then these go on the back. So these are all of our removable pieces when we clean it. All right, so a couple different things here, guys. These are basically all pipe cleaners, something used to clean up inside of the gun. You can see these actually have like a felt on them like your traditional pipe cleaner. And then these are a little bit smaller without the felt. So if you're really trying to clean some of these small holes, those pieces that we just looked at, you'll use a combination of these and basically slide it in there and try to clean out any color that's left behind. So really, I would probably use these most of the time with the felt on them. That's gonna help scrape the color out. but I have used these as well. And last but not least, guys, this wrench right here is gonna take that little bitty nozzle off of the front that we had over here in our package, and that is how you're gonna pop this off. It does have like a flat space that is this size. Slide it on there, lefty-loosey, and you guys will take it out. And then once you put it back on, you guys can snug it down with this and tighten it up. So I'll show you that once we get the gun out. We do have this right here, guys, that says for warranty and product related concerns, please contact support at Tomb45. Now guys, that is across the board. I get DMs all the time. Bossio gets DMs. We have hundreds of DMs in the requests, people writing us about defective products. And guys, as much as I like to answer your questions, I'm gonna send you the support email and tell you to reach out. So guys, they do answer the emails in order that they receive them. So I get people that DM me back and say they haven't got back to you yet. But just be patient, guys. When they get to your email, they will take care of you. If your whole gun is messed up, they will reach out, get you another one, and make sure that you're taken care of. All right, so that is it for the not fun stuff. Here is the charging cord. And if you guys aren't aware, the Beam Team XL is made to charge on the Tomb45 Power Mat. Go ahead and take the base out here. You guys can see Tomb45 Beam Team XL on the side. We have some like green stripes on the back. There is our power button, and we have Tomb45 Beam Team XL on this side. Now here's where your cord will plug in if you want to charge it. Just pop this rubber piece out and plug it in, but I charge it on my mat like you guys just saw. And guys, down here, this is wireless charging compatible. This is the part, and you guys saw on the power mat, it is a circle as well. So very important that this circle lines up with that circle. We'll set that to the side. Go ahead and get the gun out. You guys can see here is the airbrush gun. So really this is just a protective lid right here. You won't need that. You can just go ahead and discard that. And I'll go ahead and break down some of the parts for you guys. So you guys saw the two nozzles in the beginning. That is right here. They are together. The needle is coming through the very small piece right here. So let's go ahead and show you guys. If you take the wrench, it's longer one way. You guys just put it on there, the direction that it is longer. Give it a little turn and it will start to come off. So we're not gonna take it all the way off, guys. It's too small. I don't really wanna lose it, just showing you guys, but that is how you take this piece off. And if you really need to deep clean your compressor, you will wanna take all these pieces off. So that's how you take the front off. The nozzle, obviously we're gonna pull out the back. I'll show you guys that in a second. And when you're putting this back on, be very careful, guys, because we don't want to damage that small needle. So like I said, trigger right here, this is how you're going to let the color out, and the color goes in this top right here. Now this screw right here on the back, guys, is basically going to adjust how much pull we have on the trigger. So if you see, I can pull it all the way back. As I tighten this, you're going to see it start to move forward. Now it's going to start to move forward. So that's basically going to limit how much is going to come out. Now I'm going to tell you guys from experience, I don't really run this tightened at all. You can actually take it off. Because of the Tomb45 no drip, you can run this thing wide open, and it's really just about the right spray that you guys are going to want. So anyway, guys, we can take this off. You don't even have to run it if you don't want. Oh, I didn't mean to take that whole thing off. This screws into this cone piece that goes on the back. So we can take this last screw out. We'll just go ahead and pull it all the way out. Sometime it's going to come out. There we go. And you guys will see the needle is underneath. So if you noticed, this little screw right here was included. All right, so we're going to take that off. That is how we're going to move our needle, guys. So these pieces right here have a cut in them. When you screw that piece on, it's going to clamp to the needle. And when you pull the trigger, this is actually what moves. So if you guys notice right now, it's just sliding on the needle. When we tighten that piece down, it's what's going to make it grab the needle and pull it in and out. So if you want to clean it, guys, we just pull the needle out. Here's our needle, or let's say we want to put the replacement in. You guys just line it up. I kind of rest it on my finger like this to make sure I don't jam the tip of it. Push it in lightly. When it gets to the front, you want to be really careful. Push it all the way to the front, and then we can snug this piece back down. Now I would recommend using this last cone on the back, guys, just because if you paid attention, I don't know why I just put that back on, this part of the needle is exposed, and if your compressor was to fall over and hit this needle, it can damage it. So we'll go ahead and thread this back on. But I'm going to go ahead and leave that back piece off right here because I don't have any need to tighten up on the handle. Now I believe that is it in the box. We'll go ahead and look. Yes, that is it. Let's go ahead and get this box out of the way, and we'll check out the compressor. All right, guys, so the gun is just going to thread into the top of the compressor. Just turn it until it's tight. And I don't really know how it is intended to be used, if the gun is supposed to be this way or that way, but I do notice since it is curved that way, if the weight of the gun is this way, it is better at standing up and not falling over. So this is how I run it. Some people run it facing that way, but you guys can see it just threads in the top. And now we have our Beam Team compressor assembled. Now I get a lot of questions, guys. The gun that I have on my compressor that I was using has a lid for the cap right here. And guys, any airbrush will fit into these threads. Any of the ones I've ever bought, and most of the ones I assume will fit this. So you guys can get one on Amazon if you want. I don't know the one that I have. It's like 25 bucks on Amazon. Just look for one, make sure you get the trigger. and make sure it has a cap with a lid, and you guys can just screw it right in. But that is our compressor, guys. You can see it here, and I'm gonna show you guys how to use the trigger. We're gonna go ahead and click it on. It's gonna be running at high speed, and you guys will notice that I have some play in the trigger. So you notice it turns on whenever I pull it. So when you guys apply color, you wanna pull it back. And you guys will notice, I don't have any color in there, but you guys would notice if you pull it only halfway back like this, no color will come out, only air. Then I have the room all the way to the back to feather the color out and do it a little bit lighter. So what you guys don't want to do is do it like this and let the compressor shut off every time. So we want to feather it, we want to hold it back, get the air coming out, and then we can feather the color out. Actually, let me grab you guys some alcohol, put it in here, and I will show you guys what I'm talking about. All right guys, I'm up close so you can't see me, but there's alcohol in the compressor. You see when I pull it halfway, we just get air. And then I'm able to feather the color, or in this case, the alcohol. I don't ever let the trigger all the way go and let the air stop. I want to keep the air running and feather the color out. All right guys, so that is pretty much it for assembling the compressor. I am going to show you guys some clips of using it and applying color, but like I said, if you want to see a detailed version, check out my how to apply color enhancements video. I'll put the thumbnail up there again for you guys. But real quick, I want to give you guys 2 tips to clean this thing when it's not spraying just right. So first thing guys, every time you use it, you want to run alcohol through it until it runs clear, and then leave a little bit of alcohol in it, in the top of the cap, to make sure that it doesn't dry up and any color that's in here dries up. Now one thing you can do if it is not spraying correctly guys is put some alcohol in it, cover the tip with your finger, and you can see it's actually forcing the air back out the top, and it will push out any clog that is in this area. Secondly guys, the next thing that usually works for me when I notice that it's not spraying well is that the needle is a little bit dirty. So all we have to do is take that cap off, pull the needle out, take a towel and some alcohol, and I just kind of pull it like this. You guys don't really want to do this back and forth because we don't want to mess up this needle. I just take a towel and wipe like this until it's clean, and then we'll put it back in. Now thirdly guys, I think I did say 2 things that I was going to show you, but thirdly, when you guys push this needle back in, there is such thing as pushing it too far in and tightening it, and then you don't get enough movement when we pull the trigger back. So what I like to do is push it all the way in, pull it back slightly, then we will apply our screw here that is going to hold it in place. And usually doing those 3 things guys will get your compressor spraying nice and clean. In the video that I was talking about guys, it is a deep clean. I don't really recommend that you guys do that all the time. Most of the time you can just spray alcohol through it throughout your day at least. Maybe daily or at the end of the day or at the beginning of the next day, you guys want to put some alcohol in it and let that back pressure work its way out and get some clogs out and give the needle a wipe down. So most of the time you won't need to do a full deep cleaning, but every now and then you need to deep clean it, and I have a video breaking it all the way down, cleaning the parts, putting it back together, and that should be helpful for you guys. Now I'm gonna show you guys some examples of using the compressor. Like I said, if you wanna learn how to do it, watch that other video. I'm just gonna give you guys a couple quick glimpses into how to spray color with the Beam Team compressor. Now you guys may notice I have another compressor right here. No, we did not go back in time. I did not put the plastic back on it, guys. This is an extra compressor, but today is your lucky day. I'm gonna be giving this compressor away to one of you lucky subscribers. Now you guys may have noticed on a couple of my giveaway videos, I got absolutely scammed, or I guess I didn't get scammed, but you guys got scammed. So I've really been careful about doing giveaways. I'm not gonna post it in the title anymore. I'm gonna reward those of you who watch the whole video, and every now and then we'll have a little surprise like this at the end of the video, and I'll do a giveaway that way so that nobody gets scammed, and I'm really able to give back to my subscribers that really rock with me. Now the way that you guys can win this, I want somebody to comment below. The first person to comment the Tomb45 story and where the name came from. If you really rock with us, you guys should know that. And I'm gonna give you guys this Beam Team compressor. All right, so that is it for the video. I'm gonna go ahead and throw both of those video links right here if you guys wanna check them out. How to clean the compressor and how to apply color enhancement. As always, I appreciate all of you that watch my videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.